Hello, everyone, and welcome back to another episode of Disillusioned Plays Phoenix Wright Ace Attorney. It's been a couple weeks since the last one we recorded, so we're having a bit of a hard time recalling exactly where we left off. But if memory serves, Atmey was trying to provide an alibi, essentially had set up this entire murder to try, or he had set up this theft of the urn to provide an alibi for him murdering Cain Bullard, which we are now in the process of trying to disprove.
Yes. Instead of being found guilty of murder, he's trying to get found guilty of larceny instead, which is the less serious crime, as we found out.
Yeah, that.
Yeah, we're all clueless. We can't remember.
But before we get back into the game, I'm Taylor.
I'm Pete.
And I'm Sarah.
All right, team. Let's go in and hope that we don't get stumped again.
Fingers crossed.
I mean, I can't remember what we're doing. So, oh gosh.
Oh, that's right.
Hell.
We left on a cliffhanger.
I mean, who wouldn't leave on a cliffhanger?
Oh god.
What was the identity he wanted to keep secret?
And who?
Which I don't know. I died.
Whose?
Whose identity was it? It was
Atmey's, wasn't it?
It was, yes.
Oh,
I think it was.
Wait, yeah, was it? What was it like? The fact that the blackmail letters, like, say, I will, like, say who you are. I will expose your identity.
Yes.
And why would he want? Like, why is it so adamant that Atmey would want to keep it a secret?
I recall we learnt in the previous case that the blackmail letters were actually being sent from Cain Bullard to Atmey.
Yes.
And we obviously, up to that point, thought that they were being sent to, what's his name? Ron Delight, yes. Mm-hmm. So, okay.
Oh, yeah, because I kind of debated if it was the fact that he was an ace detective is the identity he wanted to keep a secret. But it could also be Mastard and Masked as well.
Well, he won't be wanting to keep the fact that he's an ace detective a secret, because that's what he's been telling everybody.
It was more...
Or the fact that he's not an ace.
Yeah, that was it. Yeah, it was more like
that he's a fraud, basically.
Yeah.
Come on, mate.
Okay. This is what it all comes down to, Nick.
The identity that Luke Atmey wanted so desperately keep... Blech. The identity that Luke Atmey wanted to so desperately keep secret was his identity as...
Oh, is it blackmailer? Because is Atmey sending them to Ron at that point and blackmailing Ron?
Well, it's obviously not an ace detective.
No, because he makes a big thing about that, as you said.
I think it is a blackmailer.
I feel like it's the only one that's kind of jumping out at me. Should we risk it? Risk it for a biscuit.
Go on then. Let's do this.
Oh, it's gone away. That looks promising.
Luke Atmey was a blackmailer.
Oh, he's sweating.
Hey now. Isn't that a little different from what you've been saying? You said that Cain Bullard was the one blackmailing Luke Atmey. Are you saying that Atmey was blackmailing someone else on top of that?
You have to admit that does sound a little odd.
Look, have you never seen the movie Inception, Maya? It's a blackmail within a blackmail. It's not that hard.
I just love that. Yeah, I love Nick's explanation as well. It's not odd. It's the only thing that makes sense.
It's not odd. It's the only thing that makes any sense.
Heh?
Cain Bullard was blackmailing Luke Atmey.
Allow him to explain and all will be revealed. We may be clueless, but Nick isn't. For once.
It is funny, right? Because that's like normally it's like we're sitting here being like, Nick, come on, it's so obvious what's going on. And Nick is like, who could it have been? And then in this case, it's like Phoenix is like, oh yes, I know exactly what's going on. And we're just like, yeah, but what do you know?
Yeah, but Nick's brain didn't go away for 2 weeks and come back like, in the middle of the court case. That's the difference.
But also Also, the fact that we always jump the gun with the text, and if we just proceed another line further, we would actually find out.
So what you're saying is we should stop gassing and just get on with it. Okay.
But Ron Delight was also being blackmailed by a certain someone. So, did you start receiving blackmail letters after this incident?
Yes, just a few days after the Tear... just a few days after the Tear of Emanon heist.
I thought Phoenix was talking in court. I didn't realize he was talking in the flesh. I was really confused.
But
After that, I started getting the plans in the mail. I received plans from some very kind person. Incredibly detailed plans. Detailed plans? In which case, that would mean Ron Delight was actually Mask Star Damask.
That is what we are claiming. Someone else came up with the plans and had Mr. Delight steal his targets for him. And that someone was none other than Luke Atmey.
Dun dun dun.
Bollocks.
Whoa now, naughty words.
Shh! Silence! Now I see. It's all becoming clear.
Well, I mean, I should think he should be able to see with that.
yeah.
Jeez.
You can even see the bloodshot eyes I have because I haven't slept in 5 days.
Yeah.
I've taught myself how to sleep with my eyes open. Regrettably, though, the side effect is that it leaves me very, very tired.
It leaves me with terrible pink eye.
Oh, it's all part of the Atmey fighting stance. Not sleeping for 5 days.
Back to the wall, eyes open, 5 days in a row.
I sleep with my back against the wall, so that none may take me by surprise.
With my eyes open. He's practicing for when he's locked up in prison. That's what it is.
Oh, don't drop the soap.
No one will take me alive.
What is? When you were in grade school, you received the same report card every year. Careless, with a tendency to jump to conclusions. If that was written on my... What kind of teacher would... Okay.
Stalker?
Am I wrong?
What?
How did you... What?
Whoa. Whoa, okay. Okay, this got weird.
What you don't know is that I was your teacher.
Oh.
It's like... He pulls like a latex mask from out of the bed. He's like, I was your teacher the entire time. I've shaped you.
Like Scooby-Doo. It was Atmey the whole time.
And I'd have gotten away with it too if it wasn't for you meddling kids.
These meddling lawyers.
No, actually, what it'll be, right, is so this is his current face. He peels off that face to reveal the teacher's face underneath. And then he peels it off again to reveal the Luke Atmey.
Yeah.
What the hell?
Oh, God.
You say that I, Luke Atmey, was blackmailing Ron Delight? In which case, I would naturally know all about his relation to Mask Star Damask.
Yeah, but I mean, you could just deny.
No, I wouldn't.
Yes, you would.
Like, I am an honest citizen. I would never lie.
Unless I had my fingers crossed behind my back or in my gloves.
Quick! Somebody watch his hands so he doesn't cross his fingers! Wait, at least we'll know he's not lying!
Nick just raises an objection. Your Honor! This is the proof that he was lying. I saw his fingers get crossed behind his back. He's been lying under oath this entire time.
Well, that will not stand. Bailiff, take him away.
Imagine if he has to cross his fingers when he lies. It's like crossed his toes in his shoe, so he's like no one can know. They're like, haha, that'll get him. That'll teach him. No one will know.
Oh, God.
Objection! Your Honor, I request that he takes his shoes off.
And his socks.
The defendant is hereby ordered to wear sandals for the remainder.
Gotta make sure that nothing's crossed. Oh, jeez, we've gone on a really big tangent. Moving swiftly.
Well, yes. Both in response to the tangent and the line.
Yes.
Ron Delight started receiving plans from his second crime onward, correct? Which means I learned of his identity when he committed that first crime.
Good point. You certainly couldn't have blackmailed him otherwise. In that case, let's see some hot, bitter evidence. Oh my god, that voice just got so bad. During the first crime, how did Luke Atmey know that Ron Delight was Masked Star Damask?
The newspaper clipping, isn't
Oh,
it?
yeah, probably.
Well, they were there. Yeah, they were both there.
I can't save it now.
Yeah, I mean, that has to be it, right? It's the photo's Ron Delight, and Luke was the one investigating it.
Yeah.
So he's probably like, aha! You're suspicious, and you have shoved what appears to be a costume in the garbage can. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm British. You appear to have stuffed a costume in the bin.
The rubbish bin.
Rubbish.
The rubbish bin. I think I see it. See what? You don't have a monocle. When you were in grade school, you received... When you were in grade school, you received the same report card every year.
You think you can give me sick burns? Well, I'm going to give you a sick burn back. Everyone's going to laugh at mine because it's much funnier than yours.
Gets into lots of mischief trying to be the center of attention.
Ooh, sass.
Goodness me.
What?
Lame.
What do you mean? This newspaper clipping.
It looks like it's written in Latin, like Japanese Latin.
It's probably right. It has
Jatin.
e pluribus or not lorem ipsum.
Maybe.
Yeah.
It has a picture of you and Ron Delight in his guard uniform. It seems that Masked Star Damask didn't just disappear into thin air. He just took off his outfit.
Yeah, but that's because Nick's American. That's what you guys call the trash, isn't it, right? Yeah. Just throw it in the
He
bucket,
just took
love.
off his outfit and hid it in a bucket. A bucket that's clearly shaped like it has the same as a garbage.
It just looks exactly like a garbage can.
A bin. Looks exactly like a bin.
in a bucket?
It's a novelty bin.
A novelty bucket.
Novelty bucket, sorry, yeah, not a novelty bin.
Yeah, yeah. That sounds far too stupid to be true.
This is Ace Attorney, Judge.
Correct. With tricks like that, he couldn't fool a baby, let alone an ace detective. And that's when you figured it out, Mr. Atmey. That's when you learned that under his mask, Masked Star Damask was actually... Oh, Ron Delight.
It wasn't me. I was like, oh, no, that looks like he wasn't even an ace detective. I can't believe it. He's just a slimy blackmailer.
What a fraud, trying to pass himself off as a nice detective.
I don't know why they've all got these really, like...
All right, Governor, how's it going? How's it going?
Well, that's who would come to the court cases, right? Or like the cockney people without anything better to do.
No.
Oh, I can't believe it. He was supposed to be a nice detective, he is. Now who am I supposed to put my faith in?
I think I've gone into the wrong studio here. It's supposed to be Jeremy Kyle, not this.
Not him.
My mum says if I didn't come to the court case, I'd have to go back to the coal mines.
It's like, what they don't know is this is actually all done in like the 1930s.
That would be more like the Victorian era.
Well, I don't know.
I've got to go up a chimney after this, hurry up.
It's almost as if I'm like, I don't know history. I'm just like really stupid.
Pete, this is your own rich British culture that you need to inform yourself about.
Hang on a second, let me just
It's
go
in
on
your
Wikipedia.
blood.
Why, you? How dare you expose me like that?
Ooh.
Oh, there's...
Why, I mean, I've never blackmailed anyone in my life. I'm a famous and proud ace detective and also mask star to mask.
Why can't you understand that? Is this the face that a crazy person would make? I am afraid you are neither a proud thief nor an ace detective. You're a blackmailer and a murderer. That is your true identity.
Da, da, da.
Why, you? How dare you even imply that someone is... I was such a fools. I say none of you can compare to my genius. You're just jealous. So discredited as I have as ace detective cannot handle blackmail murder threats. It's enough to make one laugh.
And breathe, Taylor.
Whoopsie-daisy. Well, there really should be some sort of, like, warning, shouldn't there?
Yeah.
Like, yes, 3, 2, 1, you're about to have really fast text.
Hey, no one warned me when Old Bag went on a rant.
God.
Come on.
Well, I'm not saying that it shouldn't have warned you either. Like, there should be a warning for when, like, a bunch of super fast text is going to come on, so you can at least prepare.
Yeah.
You can mentally prepare yourself. Just breathe
Sorry,
in.
guys.
yes.
I think I lost consciousness for a moment.
It would seem we finally arrived at the real answer.
That was quite a performance by Mr. Atmey.
Thank you.
Bailiff, please prepare a cell for Mr. Atmey.
Oh,
Objection.
shut up, you.
He's still doing the fucking thing.
I haven't had my 17 cups of coffee yet.
The hammer that strikes too fast has no time to aim. What do you mean? I am already prepared to deliver my ruling.
The hell you are.
Allow me to say one thing. I will be the one to judge.
Excuse me. You don't get much more in your face than that.
It appears that your claws weren't quite sharp enough, Mr. Wright.
What do you...
It's true that you've proven a lot of things. Things like Luke Atmey was a filthy blackmailer, and that he wasn't at Lordly Taylor the night of the murder.
That's right. That's why he's the one who killed Mr. Bull.
But there's still one thing you've yet to prove. What's that? Just because he wasn't at the warehouse doesn't mean he was at the murder scene.
Just like that.
Therefore, if you can't prove that this pitiful excuse for a man was at KB Security, then I don't see how a verdict can be delivered.
Oh, shut up.
No way!
Order in the court. Well, Mr. Wright,
This is it. This is the final round.
final
Even though
round.
I've said that like a couple of...
No, I believe it'd be more like... It's gotta be Giles' theme.
I like that he's saying... He's just saying this out loud. I've got to prove...
Yeah, it's not even in his head. Not this time.
Just with the judge.
I've got to prove that Atmey was at Mr. Bullard.
Mr. Wright, I can hear you.
I've got to prove that Atmey was at Mr. Bullard's office on that night.
You amateur.
Yeah, that was what I just said, actually.
You complete amateur.
Would you mind saying that a bit louder? The jury couldn't quite hear you, boy. but can you really prove that?
That's long enough. Mr. Tratt, I want to hear your answer.
that night, Luke Atmey was at KB Security in the defense.
Safety save.
Yeah, I feel we
defense
need this.
Performs a safety save. Can we prove
Okay,
it?
let's
Can we?
think. There weren't any fingerprints on the thingo, on the button.
No, and because
Um,
both of them wear gloves, don't they? What's his name dressed as Mask Star Damask wears gloves?
Yeah.
Atmey
always
wears
wears
gloves.
Wait, Your Honor, if you just delve into my memories, I keep seeing a flashback. And it looks just like Luke Atmey.
I've seen the perfect
Here's the
silhouette.
The silhouette is really quite impressive.
Oh, God, can we prove it?
The red, what is it? The red diamond that was mentioned, and the blackmail letter.
I don't think we can.
No, because it, well, he's dead, isn't he? We can't say the fact that he's still got the diamond is proof that he was there, because Kane would have had to survive to try and take the red diamond back off it. So I don't know
Unless the
if that's
blackmail
relevant.
letter is the proof itself, because if it was for Atmey, then he would have to go. But then he sent it to Ron, so then he's got his alibi. I don't know. He's
Do
the
we-
only one with the red diamond on him.
Do we just need to say no, and then Mia will come through like, Phoenix, think outside the box. You've been carrying.
Phoenix,
You've been carrying.
Remember,
You've been carrying this evidence the entire time. It's been stuffed behind your ear.
It's been in my cleavage the whole time.
Maya, I didn't know you had any. It just
Can you not see? Are you blind?
Oh, this is just getting. This is yeah. Let's steer away from this topic.
I think we try to prove it with like the blackmail letter is the only thing I can think of.
Yeah,
And
same.
if that doesn't work, then maybe it is a Mia Hail Mary.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm just not convinced.
The defense can prove it with evidence and not platitudes.
Are you sure?
No.
Don't you worry. I'll watch over you as you break down and fall to pieces. Very well then, let's see this proof. Proof that Luke Atmey was at KB Security that night.
So I'm just thinking.
Hmm. We're building tension.
No, I'm just looking. I'm just giving a once over everything.
Yeah.
Wouldn't it be funny if he was actually killed with the shishido?
Oh,
He
Lord.
won't have been, but well, or maybe he has. But
There could be an irony in that.
that would be amusing. It turns out that is actually what happened.
Yeah.
Right. So
Well, it did say blunt force trauma to the back of the head.
it did.
Mm.
It did. His testimony. He was stealing as directed by blackmail letters. Yeah. Okay. I do think with like the way they phrased, as if you can prove it.
Mm.
The music's gone away.
It
Mm.
has.
This is the proof.
It's true. That is very important. However, I'm not so foolish as to think that will pass for evidence here.
What?
Mr. Trite, it's time you learn the true the true flavor of life.
Oh!
The flavor of my special Godot blend number 49.
My eyes!
It's just
Murphy!
it burned. Our poor neighbor.
Yeah. Sorry, neighbor.
Like,
Well, Mr. Wright, that's the wrong voice. Well, Mr. Wright,
It's bitter. Very bitter.
Come on, Nick. Don't give up now.
What do I do? If I make a mistake here, it's over.
Well, I guess we can't prove it then.
I don't think we can. Unless we're
I don't think we can either.
well, unless we're completely stupid, but we've done a safety save.
I can't prove it.
Just as I thought.
But if we hear more of Detective Atmey's testimony,
Unfortunately, that's as far as you go, Mr. Wright.
what do you mean?
I won't allow for any more testimony. That's what I mean.
What?
Have you forgotten? Luke Atmey is here after we interrupted his own trial. And you failed to prove that he committed the murder. I think it's time for this witness to return to his own trial and face his guilty verdict as Mask Star Damask.
No. Well now, Sir Lawyer, it seems that love wins out in the end after all, though I'm not entirely sure what love I'm referring to.
It seems that love conquers all. I don't love you. It's not affection.
Yes, you do.
No, I don't, sir.
I don't swing
Yes,
that
you
way.
do.
I don't swear.
I can detect it
Oh,
with
yes.
my monocle.
I think you'll find absolutely not. Unless you'd like to taste Godot Blend Flavor 50. I'd keep your mouth shut, sir.
I am the ace detective as well as Mask Star Damask. My verdict will verify that, verily. Just as Ron Delights will verify that he is the true murderer.
See, this feels like it's going on. It's not doing the whole. Oh well, is this the evidence? This doesn't look like evidence. Oh, how stupid of you! Penalty. Like it's a little bit more. The sentence structure's a bit more.
Is this gonna-
This might be the right thing, unless we're about to get a bad ending, because there are bad endings in Phoenix Wright. But I don't believe. I think it's only on like the really important cases, which
Yeah.
this isn't. So.
Harry, I object to that. Also, it's going to be like a thing where just as he's about to walk out, there's going to be like a objection.
Yeah,
Yeah,
or
yeah.
hold it or something.
It's almost like it's a trope.
Dun, dun, dun. I declare that with the full force of my ace detectiveness.
That's not even a word. Can't use that. It's not a word.
Yes, it is.
Order in the
Yes.
court. That's enough deliberation over this witness.
I can't believe this. At this rate, Ron is...
Don't give up now, Nick. We still have tomorrow. We can look for more evidence and...
By then, it'll be too late.
Huh? Why?
Listen here, little missy. Double jeopardy. That's one of the basic rules of any court of law. Any court of law.
Double jeopardy?
I don't watch TV. Should a defendant be tried and found innocent in court, that defendant cannot be tried again for the same crime. This is a fundamental rule of all courts, and it applies to this witness as much as it applies to anyone else. Mr. Atmey. Oh, sorry. Mr. Atmey will be found guilty in a matter of minutes. Guilty as Mask Star demands, which means he will be innocent as far as the murder of Cain Bullard is concerned.
No way!
The fact that you were unable to prove Mr. Atmey's guilt of that crime here means that he will never again be tried as Cain Bullard's murderer.
Bullshit!
Uh-oh.
Well, he did save it,
no.
so
Oh no.
maybe
Now there's nothing I can possibly do to win.
Pearly comes in with an objection.
Yeah.
She's Nard. She just jumps in through the ceiling on a rope. Even if Ron is proclaimed to be innocent, the real killer, Luke Atmey, will go free.
You have cross-examined every statement the witness has made here today. And as long as there is no more testimony, I'm afraid I have to declare that there will be no further questioning of this witness. Are there any objections? Then I hereby end the cross-examination of Luke Atmey. He's like really slowly bringing the gavel down. Like, if
Anyone else?
Yeah, he's like,
No.
he's like peeking around, like watching all the exits. Like, surely.
No.
Oh no. Oh, there we go.
Oh.
And it's Mia.
Yes, it is.
That was Mia.
I think I see it. Your Honour, when you were a child, this is what was on your report card every year.
For goodness sake.
Has poor hearing and often makes mistakes as a result.
Oh jeez.
How did you?
Phoenix, raise your head up high. Have you forgotten what I used to tell you? A lawyer is someone who smiles no matter how bad it gets.
That Nick barely ever smiles. Look at his face. That's like his normal sprite.
Shh.
I know that voice.
That voice. No way.
Just look to your right.
Yeah.
I can't. I don't have a sprite.
There she is. Long time no see, Phoenix.
Not quite as weird when it's Maya doing it.
No.
Mia!
Have we not seen this in this game? Like, yeah. Is it like some channeling has happened in this game, hasn't it? In Trials and Tribulations.
No?
Oh, is
I
it
guess not.
No.
Because he's providing the exposition.
Yeah, I'm just like, is he just explaining it in this case, but it happened in the previous one as well? It's just for the benefit of people who
No,
skipped the first case?
because the first one was Mia as a defense lawyer, wasn't it?
I forget my brain.
This is the true power of the Karine channeling technique. I know that it's really Maya who's standing before me. But right now, she's my mentor, Mia Fey.
Now, let's do this.
And not much in the way of exposition. I hope nobody comes to Trials and Tribulations like as their first Phoenix Wright game. They're like, oh, what the heck's happening?
What's going on?
Wait a second.
But there's nothing more we can do, Mia.
That's what you'll think.
Without any more... Gross perk comes out on a
Oh,
little platform on the floor.
Oh, I'm sorry.
My hemorrhoids detected that I would be needed here.
My hemorrhoids disagree with that statement,
Grossberg,
Mr.
get
Wright.
back in your cell!
Hold on.
Without any more testimony, I can't cross-examine...
Not yet. The testimony's not over yet.
What do you mean?
Your Honour, just now you said something very interesting. You have cross-examined every statement the witness has made here today.
Yes, that's true, but...
Unfortunately, Your Honour, you're forgetting something.
Oh, well, I do forget quite a lot.
Earlier, after the last cross-examination, this witness made a number of remarks.
Well now, Sir Lawyer, it seems that love wins out in the end after all. We're literally flashing back to 5 minutes ago.
Well, it's useful because I would have forgotten. I would have forgotten, so it's useful that they're doing this.
He's gone once around the goldfish bowl and that's it. I am the ace detective as well as Mask Star to Mask. My verdict will verify that. Just as Rhonda Lights will verify that he is the true murderer. I declare that with the full force of my ace detectiveness.
I just love how nitpicky this has got now, because he's made statements, but they haven't been cross-examined. So we're going to cross-examine those statements that have probably just flashed back just now.
Well, yeah, but I mean, I guess.
What?
Well, I guess Mia's being a pedant,
Yeah,
but it is
so.
But it is allowing us to kind of.
I know,
keep going
I just love it.
Well, yes, but these comments have no importance whatsoever.
Very well. Then we shall prove their importance via cross-examination.
Excuse me, I was talking!
I don't care. At any rate, as long as the witness has made these remarks, we, the defence, assert our right to question them.
I have an itchy bunghole. Would you like to question that as well?
Is that all right with you, prosecutor?
Is something the matter, Mr. Godot? Nothing.
Oh, Sir Lawyer, it looks like you're one step too late. If you think such falsehoods will do anything to me, look at...
Let's hear it.
Huh?
It's true that the witness made some remarks. So then, let's hear this last bit of cross-examination.
Mr. Godot, what are you...
Very well then. Mr. Luke Atmey, I'm going to allow the defense to cross-examine your earlier remarks.
The defense would like to hear why you declared the defendant to be the true murderer.
So please, give us one last bit of testimony.
Phoenix, this is it. This is our absolute last chance.
Yes, Chief!
And then we'll go get some hamburgers.
Indeed, it is true that I was not at Lordly Taylor. I had to leave to see about another vitally important job request. I had known about the date beforehand, so I had this photograph readied. My brilliant deduction was what informed me that the true culprit was Ron Delight. And thanks to the key card and wallet, which is capitalized for some reason, it was abundantly clear that he was there. I was also able to make a deduction from the buzzer, which only sounded once. The button did not have any fingerprints on it. Why? The victim would have left prints if he sounded it, which means the killer sounded it.
Nope. There's no fingerprints on it, is there?
Yeah. He's saying that the victim would have left fingerprints on it if he sounded it.
Oh, sorry, I misread. Sorry.
Mr. Delight was wearing his mask star to mask outfit, which is why he left no prints. And the blackmail letter? The victim likely just mistook the color of the jewel. Blue, red, same thing really. I mean, that's why, you know, all the video games have blue and red as the same team. Wait a minute. Zvani! Therefore, all the evidence points to that poor boy. This testimony actually seems to hold up pretty well.
The witness's earlier remarks do not appear to have been hastily prepared. All of his points have been explained, and none of them seem to contradict anything.
But of course.
But how did you know about the emergency buzzer?
The police investigation documents went directly through me.
And I am in a video game.
And I always look over all the documents. It's elementary, Sir Lawyer. That's a reference to Sherlock Holmes,
You have
isn't it?
no right to utter that.
It's
You are not as brilliant as Sherlock Holmes.
It's a reference to like to that bloke, innit?
That bloke.
That bloke.
Yep, that narrows it down.
Are you gonna make even more trouble for us now, Sir Lawyer?
It's got even more hillbilly.
Hey, you gonna do that thing, boy? I will not allow any of your usual what?
Any.
I will not allow any of your usual shenanigans, Mr. Wright. You're not allowed to press, present evidence, or even talk, or even look through the statements.
That's it.
You have to pantomime. Yes, Your Honor.
We cannot postpone Luke Atmey's trial any longer.
Oh, why not?
This is your last chance.
Hang on a sec. Just one chance?
Ha! It seems the party's about to begin.
Well, Phoenix?
present any evidence that contradicts with that testimony.
So it would seem.
What do you mean, so it would seem?
Uh-huh.
That is the question. Listen, Phoenix. Pointing out contradictions doesn't always mean you have to present evidence, does it? At any rate, this is our last chance. If you can't point out a case-breaking contradiction, you lose. That's all there is to it.
Cup number 17.
Oh.
The last cup.
Oh, we finally got to 17 then.
It seems like the time has come to put an end to this trial.
I have to find a fatal contradiction in this testimony.
Without evidence. And without any of my usual shenanigans. I'm screwed.
Oh boy.
Oh boy. I'm screwed.
And I need to point it out without presenting evidence.
Oh, there we go. See, I already...
Well, that shouldn't be a problem, because I usually just wing that anyway. Which means all I can do is find the contradictory remark and press it.
Remember, you only get one chance.
Yes, thank you.
No pressure.
Very well then, Mr. Wright. Please begin your final cross-examination.
I guess we best do a safety
How many
save.
finals have they thrown in here? Sorry.
I've lost count. I really have.
I think we're going to... I think a safety save is in order.
Safety save. Okay. Not at Lovely Taylor.
Right, should I just press something anyway and just see if we can actually press? He didn't say we can't press, did he? He said no usual shenanigans.
No, but he said he'd have to press
Well,
the statement that was the contradiction, though.
Well, I don't know.
I
Just
don't know
say
if
it. Let's
we
see
can.
what happens.
Mr. Atmey, about this last remark.
Okay. Oh, jeez. I can't access the menu.
Uh-oh. Oh!
Oh, jeez.
Oh, shoot!
Oh, jeez.
Oh, shoot!
Whoa.
So
Whoa!
when they said
were
we only
serious.
got one chance, they meant we get one chance to press
Wow.
the statement.
Wow.
Oh, good.
Holy mackerel!
Okay, guys.
Whoa, and
that-
back to the task. And that's the end of the video, guys. We hope you enjoyed. Bye. It's like, jeez.
we've done screwed up.
Okay.
Wow. Okay.
Look at Pete just pressing willy-nilly
I
like there
know.
wouldn't be any
Right.
consequence.
I guess
How
so.
many times did they say final, Pete? Final, last,
well, I'm pretty-
ultimate,
I'm pretty sure the last-
not penultimate.
The last 10 have been the final, haven't they, though? So it's like hard
Yeah,
to...
well, this was super serial.
Yeah, it's like it's the final.
The final boss.
It's the final statement, 50.
It's the final countdown.
It's not a countdown, it's a statement. But it's not a countdown. It's not a countdown,
Stop
though.
spoiling our fun.
But it's not a countdown, though. It's a statement. But I suppose it's the final statement. Doesn't really have the same ring.
Let's have that
You could
same
make
ring.
it. It's the final statement.
This blend's good.
Anyway,
Okay, so we have established that we can't press him on anything unless we're sure that it's the contradiction.
Yep.
I was not Lordly Taylor. I had to see about another really, really important thing.
Okay, so we pressed that one. That one's
So
not important.
this does seem fish. No, we didn't press this one. We pressed this one, wasn't it?
Oh, it was the second one, wasn't it?
Oh, I know.
No, it was other important thing you have to do.
No, I'm sure I pressed it on the first one. I just pressed it straight away.
Oh.
Wait, how did he know about the date beforehand?
Yeah, that one's the weird one to me. Had I known about the date beforehand, so I had this photograph readied.
Because he wouldn't have. Sorry.
No, it's okay. It just seems weird.
Like, because he planned it around the night when he got the blackmail letter, right?
Yeah, so he'd have known. He'd have known the date then.
Well, he says he'd known about the date before.
Had I? Oh, I
no,
had known.
I had known.
But why would he? But why would he need to have had the photograph ready, right?
Yeah.
Because he was trying to. No, that's right. Because the photograph was the alibi for why he couldn't have been the murderer. So why would he?
Yeah.
Why would he have need to have the photograph ready if he didn't know he would need an alibi for something?
Okay.
Yeah,
So
that one's really weird.
let's keep that in mind then.
Yeah, let's look at the other. To inform me that the true culprit was one Rhonda Light.
Yeah, I mean, you know, it's whatever.
Thanks to the keycard and wallet, it was abundantly clear that he was there.
Which is true.
Yeah. I was also able to make a deduction from the buzzer, which only sounded once.
Which I believe is also true. The only reason I paused on it, I'm like, was it once?
Yes, it was.
We'll double check, but no.
No, there was a buzzer record.
Went off once.
Yeah, once.
Went off once.
Okay, yep,
The button didn't have any fingerprint on it. Why?
that's true.
Victor would have left prints if he sounded it, which means the killer sounded it.
Yep.
Mr. Light was wearing his. Yep. I left it prints. The blackmail letter the victim likely missed up the colour of the
So,
jewel.
see, this is fishy as well.
Mm.
Yeah, sorry, therefore, it all points to the book. So, yeah, I think you might be right about the first one. I just wanted to look through the rest of them just to be sure that there wasn't, like, something else really obvious. But, so this
That
one.
one bugs me, yeah.
This is the one we're thinking. Yeah?
I think so. I think so.
Are we sure?
I mean, we could try it. It kind of feels weird.
Okay.
Aha. Oh no.
Mr. Atmey, about this last remark. Uh-oh.
No?
You still don't
No!
get, do you, Trite? This isn't the time to be pressing the witness on every little statement.
Okay.
Is it the last one that all the evidence points to Ron?
Could be. Extremely pedanty though, that one.
Hmm.
Be like, yeah, well, actually, a little bit of the evidence points to you.
I mean, I suppose it does, right?
Because again, as you say, the color of the jewel. The victim likely just mistook the color of the jewel. Didn't we have something that said that it was red?
Blackmail letter.
The blackmail letter.
No,
said
but didn't
that
we
red
have
diamond or red jewel you received the other day?
Oh,
or red diamond you received.
But
the
it
other day.
was Atmey who said that just like the red diamond on my finger.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Oh, screw it. No.
God damn it.
I just wondered if it would kind of be like, yeah, but you said earlier on.
Yeah,
But no,
yeah.
it's fine.
Oh lordy.
I mean, anyone watching this knows that we're not smart anyway. So I mean, this is probably no surprise. They just skip ahead. It's fine.
Yeah, they're probably just like cursing us now, like
If you skip like 5 minutes ahead, we'll probably be at the end eventually.
yeah.
Or will we? Maybe it'll be like that other episode where we just were like, ugh, for ages.
Well, at this point, it's not like we can press in the wrong order, right? Eventually, by process,
Yeah, by proxy.
we will eventually come to the right one.
By process of elimination.
Alright, therefore, all the evidence.
I
points-
think that might be it.
I guess
Yeah.
it.
I think.
Yeah.
It could be.
No.
What?
You still don't get it? You can't press. I said this before. This thing you have. The scum was it.
Oh lordy.
Lordly Taylor.
Lordly Taylor.
It's gonna be a really stupid thing. I bet.
Is it like the first
Like,
one?
and-
wasn't this
No, it's
stupid.
not the first one. Right, it's true. I was
Indeed,
not.
it is true that I was not at Lorley Taylor. I had to leave to see about another vitally important job request. I had known about the day beforehand, so it wasn't that one. My brilliant deduction was what informed me that the true culprit was Ron DeLay. And thanks to the key card and wallet, it was abundantly clear that he was there.
Or is it that? Because Larry found it. But no, I don't know. He'd have the key card. But
Wait, no, you're right. That proves he was there. How would he have known?
yeah.
Unless the other, unless.
I mean, did he see the? I mean, he could have seen the report.
I'm
That,
gonna say, does he know? Does he know that the wallet was there? Is there any other way he could have found out the wallet was there without being there in the I can't bloody remember.
no, because if he like,
We've started
obviously-
shouting as well. We need to stop shouting.
Sorry.
We're like getting
At-
excited.
Atmey was there obviously to start with, killing Kane Bullard. Ron came in after. He dropped his wallet. Larry found the wallet.
No, that's not the thing. The thing is, we need to prove that Atmey was there. That's all we need to prove. We need to prove that Atmey was definitely there. So,
The
How
only way
does
Atmey would have seen it was when he left, but he'd have left in a hurry.
yeah,
And Larry came directly to Desi.
yeah, Larry got the. What I'm saying, what I'm getting at though, is the only, as far as I'm aware, unless he was made aware through the various cross examinations, how did Atmey know that the key card and the wallet were there? Because if Ron dropped him there,
Yeah.
Atmey, if Atmey wasn't there, Atmey wouldn't know
Yeah.
about the wallet and the key
Yep.
card.
Yeah.
So, by saying that they're there, he has to have seen it.
Yeah.
Either that or, it's come up in a previous discussion, but I can't remember if it has.
I mean, we used it as evidence against Ron.
But I don't think Atmey should know. I don't think we've
I
used
don't
it.
No,
No.
you shouldn't.
No.
Okay.
We'll try this one.
No, so either we're gonna be like, yeah, or we're gonna look really stupid. So here we go. Are we ready?
Hopefully not.
Let's
stupid.
do this. Ugh.
Boom! Come on, please.
Wait.
No!
No!
Wait. No, we're stupid.
Ah!
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, process of elimination it is then.
Every little statement.
What? I said this before. There's still one thing you haven't proven.
That this scum was in the office that night, and now it's time for my last cup. I will hold it.
God damn it.
Oh, I thought we had it.
Yeah.
Son of a. But I mean, and this is where it's like, what? Wait.
Okay, unless it's
It's not.
I mean,
the only other thing.
unless it's that he was in his costume so he didn't leave fingerprints, and we could point that out because Atmey also has gloves on, which isn't really a contradiction.
Well, I was going to say the only other thing is we're basing the fact that we have to press on Mia saying, "Oh, you don't have to press evidence. Remember, like present evidence." Does she mean that we present a picture, a profile?
No,
You don't think so?
no, I think it's probably we just need to find the right statement.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Okay. It wasn't that one.
Or is it?
I mean, is it that? If we point out, well, actually, you wear gloves too. But I don't know. I mean, it depends. If he's seen that report, then he would know it's Godot gloves. Wait! He doesn't... He
on.
wouldn't know that, would he?
Why do you say that?
because wasn't he was in the other trial. He was in the other trial when Ron revealed that he was in his costume and nobody else knew about it. They literally found out when he was being pressed. And I think it was when he was still in the other courtroom. Because did we think we had to speak with Ron again, didn't we?
We did.
And Ron revealed that, yeah, he put the body in the safe, but he also went in his costume, and everyone was like, what? Why didn't you tell me this? He wouldn't know that.
Yeah.
Okay.
He wasn't in the courtroom.
Okay.
I think.
No, it's okay.
Oh, you are kidding me! What? Wait!
Whoop!
Yes!
Ah!
Yes!
Sneaky!
Yes!
Okay, actually, and that's a good point. I can access the menu. Okay, so we'll do it properly. Well done, Sarah.
Yes!
Okay.
Screw you, Atmey!
So it was this one. Well done, darling.
Okay.
Yeah, because the menu's accessible,
Yeah.
which it hasn't
Mr.
been.
Atmey, about this last remark.
Objection.
You still don't get it, do you, Trite? This isn't the time to be pressing the witness on every little statement.
I like that they specifically set it up so that you would think you got it wrong
Yeah.
again.
Yeah.
There are a few that have done that.
I'm afraid you're the one who still doesn't get it, Mr. Godot.
What? You what, boy?
Mr. Atmey, it seems you have finally admitted that you were in the CEO's office on the night of the murder.
How can you say that?
Let's review your testimony, shall we, Mr. Atmey? Also, there's a train going by. I apologize. Out of my control.
Choo-choo!
The button did not have any fingerprints on it. Why? Mr. Delight was wearing his Masked Star Damask outfit. Is that correct?
Indeed. That's what I said. My deductions are absolutely foolproof.
More like your deductions prove that you're a fool.
Yeah, sick. Got him.
Oh my goodness. My goodness, Mr. Wright. That was a pretty sick bird.
Much like my coffee on your
I'm
wrist.
sorry. Whatever do you mean? For some reason, I'm starting to get really thirsty.
When exactly? Oh, yeah, Sarah had
Yes!
it bang on the money.
I has a brain!
When exactly did we? Whoop.
Carry on. I was just saying I have a brain.
She has more brain than Pete and I, at least.
Yep. Well,
Not that that's hard.
No.
Everyone's got more brain than me.
When exactly did we learn the fact that Ron Delight was dressed as Masked Star Damask when he went to the scene of the crime?
That was... It was just a few hours ago. Back when my sixth cup was looking at me with a cold stare.
Huh? Oh, did I forget to mention it before? I'm sorry. I just never had a chance to mention it up until now.
That's right. The defendant had yet to tell anyone else this fact before this morning. Therefore, the only people who should know this are those who have been watching this trial.
And then he looks directly at us.
Yeah.
Do you understand now, Detective Atmey? There is no way that you should have known about that. You were in the next courtroom being tried as Masked Star Damask. So then, enlighten us. Just how did you know about that piece of information?
Well, objection. Come on! This detective must have known about it. He probably had plenty of chances to find out beforehand.
Nope.
And it's those chances that I want to discuss next. That night, Mr. Delight was wearing his Masked Star Damask outfit. There is one and only one way for Detective Atmey to have found that out.
Only one. One way, you say?
Please recall, if you will, Mr. Delight's testimony.
When I entered the office, there was a suspicious shadow there.
Not
Definitely
Detective
not
Atmey.
Luke's silhouette. For a second, my client witnessed the real killer.
Objection. But Mr. Delight never saw his attacker. So there's no way to tell whether or not the real killer was Luke Atmey.
It's with that statement that I'll turn this case on its head.
Just what?
I said none of your normal shenanigans, Mr. Wright. Come on now.
None of these turnabouts. Just what are you implying?
But we'll have to find out what he's implying
No,
next week because we
no.
are unfortunately out of time.
Dang, nabbit.
It feels like we're so close to the end.
You'll just have to tune in next time.
He's even making us suffer now.
Yeah. It's true.
Damn it.
It is true.
Okay, well, thanks for watching again, guys.
Yeah, we hope you enjoyed watching us struggle. It made for
Endlessly.
riveting viewing, I'm sure. Just watching us go, oh, I don't know. We'll try option 1,
Well, you know,
then 2.
they probably were like, haha, those guys are dumb. I figured it out 10 minutes ago.
If you did, good on you.
If you figured it out before us, why don't you leave a comment telling us how stupid we are?
Please be kind.
Please be kind.
No hate.
And so with that,
And
yeah, sorry, go on, Taylor, go. You.
and if you do like what we do here, feel free to give us a like, subscribe, hit the bell icon for further notifications on the channel, and do the happy dance if you're
Yeah.
feeling it. And until next time,
It's ta-ta from me.
Hello? Yes? You forgot to say smash the like button, but okay. It's been an honor and a privilege.
take care, everyone.